When the goalkeeper transforms from the last line of defense to the starting point of the attack, you're not merely witnessing evolution, you're witnessing a tactical revolution. Modern football no longer assigns the goalkeeper a traditional role. He has become a central figure in building from the back, creating numerical superiority, opening passing lanes, and dictating the tempo of progression. At clubs like Barcelona, Manchester City, Brighton, and Real Madrid, the goalkeeper is deployed as an intelligent distributor and a calm leader under pressure, a role not unlike that of a deep-lying playmaker. Frankly, the more I watch these goalkeepers, the more I realise that tactical intelligence is no longer reserved for midfielders alone. The smallest details in their positioning and timing can completely alter the flow of a match. In this video, we'll explore how the goalkeeper has become integral to build-up play, delving into his various tactical responsibilities and the training required to shape him into a true playmaker. Welcome to Cadro Sport, why the goalkeeper is the key to building from the back. 1. Numerical superiority from the outset. Utilising the goalkeeper in build-up play provides a guaranteed numerical advantage in the first line. 3 versus 2 or 5 versus 3 in the early phase against more aggressive pressing structures. This numerical superiority allows for time and space to play between or around the press, the ability to freeze and manipulate the first line of pressure, activation of rotations or third-man combination deeper in the pitch, beating the press and progressing forward. High-pressing teams often employ cover shadow and trigger-based pressing tactics, e.g., directing the ball wide to initiate pressure. A goalkeeper involved in play can recognise and delay or bypass pressing triggers, break lines with passes through the front line to interior midfielders, attract pressure forward and distort the opposition shape to open central channels. Psychological advantage and risk management. When goalkeepers remain calm and composed under pressure, it alters the way opponents press. Many teams hesitate to commit fully for fear of being bypassed by a technically proficient or quick-thinking goalkeeper. This shifts the rhythm and height of the press. 3 tactical roles of the playmaking goalkeeper. Let us now examine 3 distinct functional roles played by goalkeepers in attacking build-up, supported by real-world examples and training applications. A. The deep build-up initiator, manipulating the first-line model. Teams Manchester City, typical shape 2-3 to 2-3, or 3-2-5, with the goalkeeper positioned centrally on the same line as the centre-backs. Core functions: receiving centrally and attracting pressure, delaying the pass to provoke the first line of pressure, exploiting pressing gaps via direct vertical passes. Tactical details: 2 centre-backs, a holding midfielder, and 2 inverted full-backs. The goalkeeper often acts as a central base behind the centre-backs. When the press is asymmetrical, for example, in a 4-1-3-2 shape with a curved arc, the goalkeeper can shift the ball from side to side to overload one flank before switching or bypassing the midfield. Training application: set up a 6x4 directional drill using 4 players at the back, a pivot, and a goalkeeper. Coach the timing of movement, supporting angles, and pass weight, with a focus on the goalkeeper's role as a delayed trigger to draw pressure and release a free player. The high supporting option: creating depth in positional structure, typical shape 3-2 base with the goalkeeper as part of the 3. Core functions: stepping high to maintain depth behind possession, supporting circulation when play is forced backwards, acting as a pressure magnet to open up internal bypass lanes. Tactical details: teams often position the goalkeeper on the same line as, or just behind, the deepest centre-backs, functioning as a central pivot in ball circulation. This is particularly common when opponents apply high individual-oriented pressure. By playing back to the goalkeeper, the team resets and stretches the opponent's defensive shape horizontally. Risk-reward considerations: this structure often invites high-risk central passes, but when executed effectively, it opens access to half spaces or areas beyond the midfield line. Training application: use a game-based session starting with the goalkeeper under high pressure. Include 2 centre-backs and a double pivot. Train the goalkeeper on decision-making under pressure, switching play wide or recycling possession. Emphasize timing of release and body orientation to maintain positional reference points. The direct distributor: exploiting transitional moments. Model teams: Liverpool, Alisson, Real Madrid. Typical shape: transitional phase with a compact midfield. Core functions: scanning and distributing vertically immediately after regaining possession, targeting wide forwards or high fullbacks on counterattacks, disrupting the opposition's defensive structure. Tactical details. In moments when the opposition commits numbers forward, a well-positioned goalkeeper can instantly launch a counterattack. This requires rapid scanning, awareness of player positioning, and excellent distribution technique, often executed in 1 or 2 touches. Training application. Design a transitional game for goalkeeper distribution. One team finishes an attack, after which the goalkeeper immediately initiates a 4 versus 3 transition in the opposite direction. Train quick scanning and rapid execution under pressure. Core principles for training. Goalkeepers in the build-up phase. Regardless of tactical system, developing elite playmaking, goalkeepers requires attention to the following fundamental coaching principles: open body shape and scanning. Pre-orienting to the next pass before receiving, using a side-on stance to access both flanks and central areas, constantly scanning for pressing cues and trigger signals. Decision-making under pressure. Reading pressure, body angle, distance, intensity, balancing risk versus reward, when to play centrally versus playing wide, knowing when to reset versus playing long. Technical execution, short passing, 1 or 2 touch play with clean weight and direction. Long distribution, driven balls into wide areas or lofted diagonal passes. First touch, controlling into space to set up the next action. Conclusion, building a true 11-player structure. The modern goalkeeper must be more than a reactive presence between the posts. They must be a proactive contributor in positional play. From attracting pressure to breaking lines, their influence shapes how a team builds, circulates, and progresses the ball. For coaches, this demands a technical and tactical training approach tailored to the role. For scouts, it requires a sharp eye for distribution and presence. For analysts, it reframes how we interpret the start of each possession. In a game increasingly defined by pressing intensity and structural nuance, a goalkeeper who can think, read, and play like a deep-lying playmaker is not just an asset, but a necessity.